particularly to the class of 2025. Yeah. So my name is Stephen Zweig, and I'm the Dean of the MU School of Medicine, and great to have you all here today. I actually came here 46 years ago this summer as a first-year medical student, and I sat, as you today, with my new classmates and future colleagues, and many of whom are still dear friends of mine. And I don't know about you, but I was both excited and a bit scared. The good news is I'm still excited about what I'm doing, but no longer frightened. And that is part of the developmental process that you'll go through. So you've experienced rituals before, and the white coat ceremony is a ritual. It signifies a covenant or a compact, an agreement, a commitment to knowledge, skills, mutual respect, and a shared humanity. During this COVID pandemic, the white coat has again become a symbol of the doctors, nurses, and other healthcare providers who are putting themselves at risk to care for patients with a very contagious disease. And it, too, recognizes both competence and commitment. Last year, the deaths of George Floyd and other black people reminded us of the racism that still pervades our society, and many of us silently demonstrated last summer for the white coat Black Lives Movement. And here the white coat represented our humanity, the respect that each physician must have for every person. So what are the origins of the white coat ceremony? Dr. Arnold Gold was a teacher and a pediatric neurologist at Columbia University in New York. And in 1991, he and his wife created commencement awards at Columbia for faculty members and students who particularly demonstrated humanistic care and clinical excellence. And when Dr. Gold died in 2019, the Arnold P. Gold Foundation established the white coat ceremony to highlight the importance of humanism as the core of healthcare. And the white coat ceremony is now repeated across the country in more than 100 medical schools. Its purpose? To provide medical schools with expectations and responsibilities relevant to the medical profession at the start of their training. In fact, even really before the first day. Also, as part of this ceremony, we will together recite the Oath of Geneva. And Dr. Gold felt it was most important, an important part of this ceremony, to take the oath and acknowledge our obligations of caring for patients. So I encourage each of you to acknowledge the historical role that physicians have played to respond to human need. And no matter how good our science, and we expect you to be very good at that, the human need will remain, and even with our best technology, technique, and pharmacology, physicians will continue to still need to respond to human need. Being a good doctor is hard work. Competence and commitment are what our patients expect and deserve. And it's certainly okay to not know the answers, but it's not okay if you don't try to find them for your patients. When you fully accept and commit to helping your patients, you'll gain their respect and their trust. And once you have that trust, everything else is easier. Patients follow your recommendations, they become a more effective partner in their care, and they're even more likely to tell you when the treatments aren't working. And through that work, each of us finds meaning in medicine, and we can share that with each other. You'll find friends within your class. Hold them close, because it's that shared meaning and purpose that reminds us that we don't stand alone. I learned during medical school and residency that what I enjoyed most was caring for patients of all ages with a variety of problems and working in a bunch of different care settings. I later learned with time that caring for patients and families over a longer period of time was tremendously sustaining. I also found meaning in addresses the challenges of my patients and the value of those relationships. And as I became more engaged in geriatric medicine and palliative medicine, I recognized that even small changes in the care informed by either scientific medicine or the knowledge that I specifically had of the patient to help improve their function and their comfort became very meaningful. And that really represented my commitment to them as their doctor. So as a new medical student, grab this incredible opportunity that you have and fully commit. Recognize that it will take more time and effort than perhaps anything you've done to this point. But also know that you have this great chance to find meaning through service, a meaning that will sustain you through the years of training and the challenges that you'll face in the future. For if you treat each of your patients and each member of the healthcare team with the respect they deserve, then they will help you. So I hope that I'll get to know each of you over the years ahead, and one thing that goes with the white coat is a commitment from us to be helpful to you. If you become burned out, frustrated, cynical about your work, you can come and speak with me. And I can't promise to fix things, but I'll certainly listen and try to help. So good wishes to you all. Have a great ceremony. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Richard Barron, who is the Executive Vice Chancellor here at the University of Missouri for Health Affairs. Dr. Barron.
Thanks, Dr. Zweig. Well, good afternoon, and my name's Rick Barron. I'm the Executive Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs here at the University of Missouri, and it's really an honor to speak to you today. Dr. Zweig's been here 46 years. I've been here about a year. So like many of you, I'm relatively new to MU School of Medicine. But over my first year here, I've been amazingly impressed by the faculty, the staff, and all the students that I've had the great fortune to interact with. And we're really navigating a new normal because of the pandemic. We have to adapt. We were even discussing on the stage here, do we take off our masks to talk or do we keep our masks on to talk? So I think as a group, we decided we were going to take off our masks to talk. So there's many uncertainties, but many things do remain the same. And one of those things is that our faculty and staff are dedicated to bringing the most comprehensive and thoughtful medical education to you as possible. So to all of the friends and family that are here today, I want to reinforce the great decision that your loved one has made to study here at the University of Missouri. So this is, I think, my sixth university stop in my career, and I can tell you that what I've witnessed throughout my career, not only the places I've been, but all the contacts I've had at other academic medical centers, is that the University of Missouri's approach to medical education stands above everyone else. The MU School of Medicine is perceived nationally as one of the jewels of medical education in the United States, and we really are a leader in patient-based learning in our small classroom setting. So you should all be very proud of that. I know that I am. To our students today, I want to congratulate you on today's milestone and wish you the best as you start as a member of the MU School of Medicine class of 2025. So earlier this week, on Wednesday morning, we gathered and we had the stethoscope ceremony, which was wonderful. And during that ceremony, I shared with you what I felt the significance of the stethoscope was and what it represents, the technical expertise that you all will learn to use through medical school and throughout your whole career. And I also shared with you my technical expertise at using the reflex hammer as a neurologist. And Dr. Zweig, I didn't realize that the white coat ceremony was started by a pediatric neurologist, not urologist, neurologist. Right? That's good. All right, I didn't realize that. So being technically proficient in healthcare is one part of becoming a doctor, but it's not the only part. And we talked a bit about this on Wednesday as well. So another part is developing the ability to show empathy with patients and their families. And so to me, the white coat and putting on the white coat when you go see a patient in the clinic or at the bedside represents the humanity of the medical profession. Not only is the white coat the outward covering that the physician has in training, but it's also a representation of the responsibility and commitment physicians have to patients to do the best they can and to do no harm. So I'm so excited to be part of this important initiation ceremony as you embark on your medical careers, which will undoubtedly take you down many pathways. As you learn to embrace the various backgrounds, traits, and experiences that all of you bring to the table, you will come together as a class, collectively celebrating who you are as both individuals and as a group will serve your patients well. And as you know, connecting with patients is at the front of what our patient-centered care curriculum is all about. So please know that if you ever want to speak with me, my door virtually or physically is always open. I'd love to hear from you as you embark on the next step in your careers. And now I would like to turn the program over to Dr. Michael Hasakawa, our Senior Associate Dean of Education and Faculty Development. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Barron. Class of 2025, welcome to your white coat ceremony. Although you have met them during the orientation week, I want to introduce them again, the education leaders in the Dean's office who make MU one of the best public medical schools in the nation. So I'd like each of them to stand and be recognized. Dr. Kevin Kane, Associate Dean for Curriculum and Evaluation. Dr. Kathleen Quinn, Associate Dean for Rural Programs. Dr. David Haustein, Associate Dean for the Springfield campus. And Dr. Laura Henderson Kelly, Associate Dean for Diversity and Inclusion. Dr. Lane Young Walker, who has been with you throughout the week, couldn't be with us today. Also, we have 4 second-year medical students who have helped to coordinate and orient the activities, assuring that the class of 2025 has a great beginning. So please stand. Amy Abdallah. Alexis Felipe. Madison Ritchie. And Blake Wojciechowski. We also have some faculty teachers and role models with us today. Some are on the stage, some are in the audience, and some are joining us by live stream. Each of you brings a unique background, experiences, culture, values, and talents that are the foundation for your commitment to serve others. We place great importance on this background in the selection of our students. Selection is a great deal more than test scores or grade point averages. To bring out some of these characteristics during the week, you have spent time reflecting, thinking, and talking about your experiences and commitments. And you've captured your thoughts as a statement, completing the sentence, I want to be the physician who, and you complete that sentence. Now in your program, you will find an insert with all 128 statements. The class voted, creating a list of the top 16. These are very meaningful. and I want to share them with you today. So the MU School of Medicine, class of 2025, said, I want to be the physician who enthusiastically meets patients where they are, sharing my knowledge with them in a way that empowers them to take control of their own health. I want to be the physician who is honest with patients about their diagnoses and who does the right thing even when no one is watching. Now, I'm not going to read the stem to each of those statements. I want to be the physician who can admit when there is a gap in my knowledge or when a condition is out of my scope and work to both close that gap in my knowledge and make the correct referral. Radiates empathy and makes patients feel comfortable sharing their most personal life experiences and health details. Provides patient-centered care that takes each patient's social factors and unique needs into consideration while involving each patient in their treatment as much as possible. Provides quality health care for patients regardless of inequities arising from the social determinants of health to make my patients feel safe, valued, and heard. Exemplifies the pursuit of knowledge, which is critical to providing equitable and effective care inseparable from my commitment to service. Supports their patients' choice and involves them in their own care. Is honest about the reality of my patients' diagnoses while instilling hope. Zealously embraces my patients with kind but firm honesty in order to advocate for each patient's autonomy. I want to be the kind of physician who educates, adapts, and understands the social determinants and consequences of disease, and who realizes that health is a longitudinal process. Reflects on past encounters, learns from my mistakes and others, and constantly seeks to learn more. Acknowledges my limits and seeks to expand my medical and cultural knowledge in order to provide the best patient care. Acts quickly with sound judgment and tailors care to meet every patient's individual needs. Is motivated by what I can learn and not by what I already know. Evaluates the whole patient rather than just treating individual symptoms. These statements are evidence that the class of 2025 will be the kind of physicians our patients deserve and the MU School of Medicine will be proud to have as our graduates. The class has already seen this, but for those of you who have not, please turn your programs to page 4 and you'll find the MU School of Medicine Foundation Values for Medical Education. You'll see that our foundation values start with health of our patients is our first priority. The highest quality health care is the environment for the highest quality education of future physicians. On page 5, you'll see there is a list of characteristics that describe what the School of Medicine faculty have decided we want our graduates to be like. We call these key characteristics because we believe these are the qualities our graduates will need to be successful as physicians practicing in the 21st century. Note the similarity between the foundation values, the key characteristics, and the statements that the class of 2025 made. Today, we've invited 2 fourth-year medical students, Taylor Brooks and Samantha Unjast, to speak to you about their experiences as medical students and to give you some words of wisdom. So I'd like Taylor and Samantha to come forward, and provide some words of wisdom.
Thank you, Dr. Hosokawa. Good afternoon, class of 2025. My name is Samantha, and I'm the class of 2022 Columbia Campus President.
And I'm Taylor, president of the Springfield Clinical Campus.
As Dr. Hosokawa said, we're here today to provide you with some wisdom we've acquired in the 3 years since we sat in your seats. Needless to say, a lot has changed both on campus and in the world since we began our medical school careers, but thankfully, some core elements have not. One of the aspects of Mizzou Med that we value the most is the sense of community and camaraderie among your classmates. This is created by the PBL curriculum. As I'm sure you've heard this week, you'll be broken into groups of 8 of your classmates for each block during your first and second years. This allows you to meet a good amount of your class as you move through these blocks. Your class will become more scattered when you enter your third year clinical clerkships, but the strong bonds created in those first 2 years will continue. I love seeing my classmates when I walk around the hospital or in the medical student lounge. Even if I don't know them very well, I still feel comfortable going up to them and saying hello. This fosters a strong sense of community and really helps with tackling the many challenges that come with medical school, including your first KBE, the dreaded Step 1 exam, and your first clinical rotation. It is reassuring to know that your classmates are experiencing the same situations and can serve as great sources of support.
So with challenges like exams, standardized patients, and mountains of information that we're going to be responsible for, it's pretty safe to say med school's hard. There are going to be times when you feel tired, maybe overwhelmed. You might even question your decision on becoming a doctor. Now, there's an old saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. There are few fields where this sentiment is more applicable. So your next piece of advice, take care of yourself. You'll likely have a strong support structure to have made it this far. Utilize them. Call your folks, call your siblings, talk to your significant other. Take a break. Go on a stroll with your dog and feed your pet turtle. Do the things you like to do before medical school and do the things that made you you. Med students tend to feel guilty for not studying. You take a few hours off and you think to yourself, I've now wasted the whole day and I'm a terrible person. You can't fully relax because you feel like you need to go through that pharm or that anatomy or review that pathway again. So I'm gonna charge you now with the challenge of fully committing to relaxation. Take that time off, refill your cup, and then get back at it fully recharged. It's a marathon, not a race. A cliche, yes, but very applicable to the field of medicine. Take care of yourself so that you can take care of your future patients because you can't pour from an empty cup.
Another piece of advice is do not be afraid to ask for help. Yeah, that was good. Good job, Taylor. As Taylor said, medical school is challenging and likely different than anything you've ever experienced. Whether it be struggling with block material or having difficulty managing things in general, we encourage you to please reach out. There are a lot of valuable resources available to medical students. As we stated earlier, it is important that you take care of yourself during medical school and start creating habits that will help you thrive as a physician. It is also imperative to be able to recognize when you need help, as there will be times in your career when you need to lean on others. We strongly encourage you to ask for help, whether that be of a fellow classmate, advisor, dean, or block facilitator. Medical students are well supported here, both academically and emotionally, and I can promise you that every single faculty and staff member and fellow classmate is rooting for you. We'll definitely be cheering you on.
So, over the last few days of your orientation, you've likely been hearing the stories of your fellow classmates here, and you might be thinking to yourself, these nice folks up here have made a huge mistake, I'm not supposed to be here. See, this is the dreaded imposter syndrome. It's a real thing, so I'd like to share a piece of advice to help you combat that. I was actually a music major prior to medical school, and I had to learn some basic music history. There was a story we were told about Mozart. When he was about 14 years old, his father took him to the Vatican for the Easter Holy Week. During this week, there was a huge festival, and very special music was brought out that was only played once a year. Among this music was Allegri's Miserere. This piece was so special, it was actually illegal to reproduce it or pull it out any other time of the year. Now, Mozart heard this piece, went back to his room, transcribed the entire thing, and it turned out it was almost entirely perfect. Now, this is a 12-minute piece of music. This is not a quick song. So, the Pope found out Mozart did this, and instead of being excommunicated, he was actually given a papal award. Mozart was the type of composer who would sit down, put his pen to the paper, and essentially effortlessly have a masterpiece. You fast forward a couple of decades, and you have Beethoven. Now, Beethoven was not this kind of a composer. He would write, erase, write, erase, write again, all the way up to the moments before the performance, never fully happy with his work. He had to work extremely hard to get the results that he wanted. Now, you may find yourself going through, and things are coming very easily, and that's okay. Maybe you're a Mozart. You may find yourself going through, and you're having to work harder than you've ever worked before, and that's okay. Maybe you're a Beethoven. You may be passing through and find that you're having a lot of personal struggles and identity issues, and that's okay. Maybe you're a Tchaikovsky. It's arguably more difficult now to get into medical school than it ever has been before. I'm sure you've been hearing the numbers since you've gotten here. You've made it here, and it's not by accident. Just like Dr. Hosokawa said, you bring a unique perspective to the table because only you have had your collective experiences. Never forget that. So, over this orientation week, lots of advice, lots of information. If you're doing well, you'll remember a third of it. So, if you remember one thing from this, remember, take a breath and enjoy the ride. You worked extremely hard to get here, now you're finally made it. So when we were in your chairs, we never would have imagined how quickly it's all gonna go by. It's gonna be challenging, but you're gonna learn and grow more than you ever thought you could before.
The road to becoming a physician is long, but please know that you're supported by your family, friends, and of course the Mizzou Med community. We want to congratulate you for making it to this point, and we're so excited to welcome you to Mizzou Med. Thank you.
Thanks.
If you didn't listen to the rest of us, listen to those two. They are really exemplary students. Okay, here I reintroduce Dr. Kane, the Associate Dean for Curriculum and Evaluation, and he'll have a few words to say and then introduce our keynote speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Hosokawa. On behalf of the faculty and administration of the School of Medicine, I would like to welcome you to Mizzou Med. A special thanks goes to the families and the friends of our new students. Some of them are here with us today in the audience, and we know many are joining us via the live stream. And we want to take this moment to recognize them. We know that many of our students would not be able to be here without the families standing behind and beside them, and we are truly grateful for the sacrifices you make to support them as they pursue their career. I would also like to take this time to let you know about an opportunity for families to be involved here with us. Our medical students have long been grateful to FAMS, which stands for Families Assisting Medical Students. FAMS does wonderful things to help our students, and you will learn more about that in the coming weeks. We hope that many of you will join the FAMS team in helping support our students throughout their 4 years here. I also want to invite all of the families to our annual Family Day. The 37th Annual Family Day will be held Saturday, August the 28th. This event is for families to learn more about Mizzou Med, our curriculum, and the experiences of our students. More information will be sent to the students and passed along to you soon. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce and to welcome back Dr. Gregory Warsowitz, this year's White Coat Ceremony keynote speaker. Dr. Warsowitz is the Senior Associate Consultant at Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida. Prior to starting his position with the Mayo Clinic, he served as chair of the Department of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation here at the University School of Medicine from 2002 to May 2021. While at the University of Missouri, Dr. Warsowitz served as the Medical Director of Post-Acute Care for the University of Missouri Healthcare System, Medical Director of Rusk Rehabilitation Hospital, and past chair of the University Physicians Practice Group for the University of Missouri School of Medicine. He received his medical degree from the University of Florida School of Medicine, then completed his residency at Baylor College of Medicine. and in 2000 received his MBA from the University of South Tampa. Dr. Warsowitz's clinical and research interests include the cost-effective systems of care, program development, healthcare policy, and geriatric rehabilitation. Dr. Warsowitz was a great mentor, teacher, and advocate for our medical students during his time at Mizzou. We are grateful for his willingness to come back and address our newest entering class. Dr. Warsowitz, please come to the podium.
Thanks, Kevin, thanks a lot. I want to thank you, and I apologize. Somewhere I dropped my reading glasses. So this hour-and-a-half speech might go to 2 hours, but they said I had time. So actually, no, I want to thank everybody first, Dr. Hosokawa, Dr. Kane, and Dr. Young-Walker. If you notice, she's the one that asked me the reason I'm here. Everybody else said no. And she jumped out, because if you know me, they're scared of what I might say or could say. So med students, hang on. Dr. Zweig, you've always been a mentor and a friend. I want to thank you for all you've done for me throughout my career. Couldn't thank you ever enough. And Dr. Barron, thanks for taking over and leading this group. Great people. Congrats to the med students. You went through a weird time, COVID. You had to interview during COVID. I'll never get that experience. I'm actually jealous in some ways and actually thankful in other ways. You got to go through something I'll never know. Bring that experience with you to what you do. Parents and family, congratulations on your loved ones making it. Also, condolences to your loved ones making it. They are now never going to be the smartest in the class, although I was, I think. I told my family that. No, you're going to go through struggles with that. It's hard. Everybody sitting down here is competitive. Anybody not competitive? I knew you wouldn't raise your hand. There you go. I had a daughter that went through med school here, and boy, did my poor wife get it from her. I don't know, I can't do it. You know, guess what? You can. You will. It's going to be tough. You're going to hate it at times. You're going to love it at other times. You stole my line. You get nothing. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. This is going to take time. I wish, what does the song say? I wish I knew then what I know now. It's worth it. I love every minute of it now. I love my career. I love what I've done. That's because I chose the best field there is. Anybody know what that is? All right. Well, you got the right one. So actually, I'm in physical medicine and rehabilitation. Small field. Not as well known as some of the others, but that's okay. I love it. I wish for each of you to choose a field, and you will find it, that you love, because it's worth so much more. You will do well financially, but you know where you're going to do the best? Is one of those patients looks you in the eyes and says, thank you. There's nothing that'll match it. I don't care what other profession you do, it's worth it. Once again, I'm just winging it now because I wrote a few things, but it's kind of how I do it. The other person we didn't thank and we want to ask to stand up is Suzanne Neff. You put together all the work, all the effort getting us here. Thank you. All right. You're a couple things that were read. I listened to what you wrote as a class. Great work. It sounds like you all want to be PM&R docs based on what you read and wrote. So we have it. We can adjourn now for the day. No, I looked at some of the Geneva. Serve humanity. Don't bring in biases. The values of the school. Patient is the priority. Aspire for excellence. Who here wants to be a good doc? Oh, that's very nice. Who wants to be an excellent doc? All right. All right. You are now, we joke and we laugh. I'm serious. I love to have a good time when I'm working. But there's one thing. You are now Team 2025. You're not a class. You're a team. You're going to pull together each other. Anybody play sports? I did. I love it. Because you know what? You work hard as heck. Doesn't mean you're going to win. You're fighting disease. Disease affects people in all different ways. How does it affect them? Well, there's a lot of factors. It's not just the physiology. How many people are now sick? If you're not, I'm worried about you. Going through orientation. Nobody? You guys loved all this? Okay. I'm in the wrong audience. But on a serious note, it is important. We all have different colored skins. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different birth orders. We all have, learn from your patients. Listen to them. They will tell you what's wrong. They may not be right at the first time. It might be the second time, might be the third time. But listen, take the time. Enjoy each person individually, because everybody has different. Anybody have brothers or sisters? Yeah, I'm sorry too. I got 4 brothers, and we all get together, the 5 boys, and we'll talk about our parents. Guess what? Each one of us has a different opinion about them. We all have the same genes genetically. We all have the same color skin. We were all brought up in the same religious, but we have diversity of thought and experience. Don't forget that. So we're all different. It's the fun part of it. I'm different than Dr. Zweig, thank goodness, for his sake. But no, so it's a team. All those things you listed out, you have people to back up. They're going to have to help you. I was just reading a book Rick O'Reilly was writing about golf. And he said Tiger Woods, he wanted a caddy for Tiger Woods. And you know what Tiger Woods said? No. He said, I need my team. I need my expertise. I can't do this alone. So people like that playing golf, how can you, if caring for a person with their health and safety, do it alone? You can't. How could we put this meeting together? We can't. Without Suzanne Neff, we wouldn't do it. Without the people that get people in your room. Without the janitors who clean the hallways, that make our place beautiful. Take time to thank people. You'll get more out of it than you will ever know, the people that will go for you. Oh, I do have to recognize, we do have one Florida person in the crowd. Who is it? Dr. Thompson Gordon? Where are you? I told you you wanted Florida, right? Okay. So we have that. Where's my crew in the back that's giving me my warning? Raise your hands a little more. I can't see. All right. So they're going to warn me because I'd go all day, and we know that. One of the things that we talked about, again, I'm trying to look at my notes without my glasses, but this is not the sprint. Also, and nothing in those things say you have to be number 1 in your class or last in your class. When you're sitting in that room and you're with a patient, who knows what's happening? Only you and that patient. Does he or she care if you were first or last? No. They care if you're listening to them, if you're working to help them. Does that mean I want to aspire to be last? No, I don't want to aspire. I want to gain all the knowledge I can. But regardless of where you are going to have that responsibility. Take it, savor it, enjoy it. It's wonderful. It's one of the best things there is. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to make mistakes. As long as you hustle, once again, there's another sports term. If you're hustling to try and do the right things, your patients are going to forgive many of your errors many times over. But if you make a mistake and don't hustle, I don't want you around. Don't have a problem because of omission, okay? I made enough mistakes just off of my, we won't go there. My wife said I couldn't use that word. So remember that. We have a team. Apparently this group is very big on taking enjoyment because we got a clapping when he said, take time to relax. So I guess we won't have problems. We laugh. You're going to burn out. I guarantee you. Not burn out, hopefully to where you quit, but we all face different levels of burnout. Seek help. Have a team. It may not be, you have significant others, may or may not be. It may be a mentor. You know who's helped me? One of my residents and med students have helped me. You guys give me more energy than you'd ever know. So mentoring is not just downward, upward. It's sideways, up, around. Anybody here have a mentor? Anybody like Sour Patch? Oh, I got it right on. So enjoy. Take time to the little things. It's the little things in life that makes things happen. How are we doing on my time? Where are we at? Oh, I'm at 10. I was just warming up. Darn, I'm sorry. One of the things we just said, this is one of the best schools I've seen. It teaches you to think. There's no way you can memorize your knowledge. Become a critical thinker. Dr. Zweig taught me one thing: question. Don't question to be obtrusive. Question when the status quo isn't working. Be thoughtful. Respect your peers when they question. They're not attacking you. And if you are attacking, boy, I hope someone comes after you. Oh, I didn't say that. But no, never attack. Question thoughtfully. You may be right or wrong, but we may find other ways to help people, and that's what it's all about. I'm going to end with a story. I went around and asked patients and all, what should I say to these med students and stuff when I'm given this white coat? And the patient I had, I just saw the other day, and he and his wife were in the room. It's a great story, horrific. He's out picking strawberries with his daughter. Died, sudden heart attack, dead, boom. They resuscitated him, but they had that life flight and then put in 2 impeller devices. Anybody here know what an impeller device is? Always one gunner in the whole flight. So they put those in. He basically became innocuous on a ventilator. Basically ended up requiring a cardiac transplant. Having a transplant, public cause in his groin, lumbosacral plexopathy, a stroke. Oh. I thought that was the hook, not the mic. I lost my thing. That's to my timers. No, almost. Had a stroke, and you know what? I said, he's having trouble walking. We gave him a brace for his foot. He's going to need one for the leg. He's got lower extremity weakness. He was a computer. I learned something about him. He was a cricket player in India. Of course, I gave him a hard time about that. Is cricket really a sport that you can play for 3 days and still not finish? But you know what he told me? I asked him what to say to these young aspiring students, and I'll leave you with that. Don't know what it means, but he said all the best. And that's what I wish each and every one of you is, all the best. It's worth it. It's a long haul. Enjoy it. You're going to hate it sometimes. You're going to love it other days. But I'm old white-haired guys sitting up here, and ladies. We don't have any white-haired ladies up here. I'll hear about that later, thanks. Joking aside, enjoy it, embrace it, question. This is your time. My time is going on. It's time for you to take over, and it's exciting. I didn't know what a CT was. We barely had CT scans when I started. MRI was just coming out. You're going to have technology I'll never have. And one thing I want to tell you is all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Warsowitz. We'll now begin the portion of the ceremony where students receive their white coats. Members of the class of 2025 will come to the stage one by one as I read out their names, and a white coat will be presented to them. A special thank you to the many School of Medicine alumni and friends whose donations provided the class of 2025 with their first white coats and stethoscopes this week. These two very important symbols of the medical profession, branded with the MU logo, are accompanied by personal words of wisdom and encouragement from the alumni, who are proud to welcome our incoming class of medical students. Are you ready? All right, let's go. Muhammad Abdi. Sami Abdulnabi. Ebony Akoff. Yazan Al-Karabshi. Mustafa Amor. Peter Andrews. Eliza Baber. Samantha Bale. Jackson Ball. Brooke Barnett. Sarah Ann Mendez Baudois. Andrew Bedford. Andrew J. Bierman. Madison Billingsley. Jeffrey Bodine. Michael Bodenhausen. Austin Boots. Devin A. Breckenridge. Clayton Matthew Brinkley. Callan Broyles. Maddie Bruni. Brooke Burton. Amanda Campbell. Lauren Kosovic. Clea Chapele. Michaela Cisak. James Chang. Balaji Cherupala. Emily Winfrey. Grace Choi. Liam Patrick Clare. Bailey Dansby. Rowie Dar. Shreya Dash. Jay Devanini. Julia DeSanto. Viola Barbara Donahue. Emma Elbert. Christian Farley Nieves. Amanda M. Faust. Adam Fair. Sarah Gabore. Lauren Gann. Matthew Gow. Sierra Gilmore. Suma Gandhi. Rebecca Greenspan. Warren Harrelson. Medea Hassan Bruman. Sam Hawkins. Sally Hyel. Jacob Hercules. Lexi Hoffman. Austin Hotop. Margaret Hua. Ede Rowanke Igbikile. Rachel Ingram. Aiden Jacobson. Kinley Jonas. Michael Kamara. Sasidar Karuparty. Surbjeet Kaur. Michaela Kemmerling. Noah Kronk. Janie Leathers. Alexander Lee. Kyle Liggins. Allison Long. Angela Ash. Marcus Mallon. Sham Morangeethan. Glendon Marcolare. Jennifer Marks. Uza Amaka Catherine Mbionwu. Megan McConkey. Jane Flynn McKelvey. Erin Mears. Cameron K. Meyer. Leandra Morgenthaler. Anna Maury Kreiner. Lydia Frida Mpisi. Jack Murphy. Yak Knack. Aaron Nischwitz. Lauren Nowakowski. Madison Ortega. Raquel Ortiz. Michael Osher. Simran Pawar. Jay Barek Kumar Patel. Priya Patel. Ravi Patel. Yogi Patel. Samuel Perez. Jada Phillips. Carolina Pogozelski. Garen Powell. Evan Reeves. Ronan Rice. Qasim Rifai. Evadne Rodriguez. Sam Schaefer. Avery Mae Schrader. Christine Shao. Willie Sharon. Elizabeth Shumway. Parker Smith. Prathush Sontha. Jonathan Swift. Joan Tao. Inshal Tariq. Jacob Thanen. Bethany Thompson Gordon. Lucy Trokey. Tiffany Trupeck. Andrew Tucker. Rachel Albrecht. Michaela Vermeer. Sai Supriya Vuda. Jacob Walls. Sarah Yunmeng Wong. Rachel Wasbatten. Heather Williams. John Williams. Savannah Williams. Kobe Young. Leanna Zelli. And Wendy Zhang. Congratulations to the class of 2025. I'd like to invite Dr. Zweig back up to administer the oath.
So Wendy, I know what you feel like. I was always the last one too, but you get the biggest hand then, so. All right, why don't you all just stand up and wave to your family. That's great. We're almost done. We're now going to take the oath that's going to set you on the next part of your journey. And the public commonly thinks of the Hippocratic Oath as it relates to medicine, but it turns out there's several other ones. And for many years at the University of Missouri, the people here have selected the Declaration of Geneva. And the values addressed here are not just the values that you adopt at the end of medical school, but those that we know that you'll represent both as human beings and as physicians in training. And so we've modified the wording of the Declaration of Geneva a bit so that it applies to the beginning of medical school, and we've used it in previous white coat ceremonies. So I'd like to ask you at this moment to pledge yourself to these values, that these are values that will guide you. And the oath is printed in the program on page 3. So I'd like to ask the class of 2025 to rise and repeat after me. At the time of being admitted as a student member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. It gets easier. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I'll respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of health care. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. And I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. You may sit down. Dr. Hosokawa.
Okay, I have a couple of more things for you to do. Earlier, Dean Zweig mentioned the Gold Foundation. We have placed a pin on one lapel of your white coat. And in the pocket of your white coat, you'll find another pin, a Mizzou Med pin. Please take a moment and put it on the lapel of your white coat. This will serve as a reminder of the key characteristics that describe the physician we want you to become, and the promise of the faculty and staff to do the best we can to help you. We're delighted that you chose Mizzou Med to call your home for the next 4 years, and to thank the families, the friends, the faculty and staff, and many others who joined us today, both in person and via live stream. I want to thank Dr. Warsowitz. I think after his speech, he's auditioning to become our permanent white coat speaker. But we did have to pay the speechwriters. I'd like to thank Taylor and Samantha for their presentations. Class of 2025, I've referred to you as M0s. Now you're M1s. So as soon as we adjourn here, I'd like you to gather on the north side of this building for your first class photo. Now, these events require a huge amount of time, creativity, energy, and just plain work behind the scenes. Blair Whitney and the admission staff, the med prep staff, the Jumpstart staff, and the entire Office of Medical Education staff and the MU communications team, thank you. How about a standing ovation for them? Now, some of them are over here in the kind of expensive seats. Stand up. And you have to stand up too. Okay. So, class of 2025, this concludes your white coat ceremony. Thank you.